Oh wow, they were waiting for me. And because Penguin is casting in German, he will not be joining us. Schade. Forgive this, because it's been a few months since I've tried to speak it again, and it gets quite rusty. But schauen wir denn? Ein Shark oder Hai. Hai ist Shark auf Deutsch, ja. Die benutzen ein Montana, Des Moines, Salem, Moskwa, Napoli und zwei Zerstörer, ein Dering, ein Mazzo. Und wow, bravo, sie benutzen ein St. Vincent, St. Martin, Puerto Rico, Moskwa, Marseille, Gearing und Marceau. Oh, es ist die erste Mal, ich habe einen St. Vincent gesehen. Na, hoffentlich ist es kein Problem für den Shark. Und wir gewinnen. Und dann gehen wegen Sturm. Nein, Stats. Also, los geht's. Und jetzt würde ich Deutsch sprechen zum Enden, weil es ist sehr schwer. Und ich weiß genau, dass ich sage alles die falschen Weg. Und ich spreche wie ich würde auf Englisch die Wörter sind die falsche Weg rum. Okay, we're back to English here. Okay, that's enough. It's difficult. It's too rusty. Okay, so we have Shark, who did lost their first game, but it was a close one with a few little mistakes, and they had the opportunity to watch the Penguin versus Prodigy's game. So we'll see what's happening now. With this map, we can see that the Daring Napoli are paired. First time I've seen the Napoli as well. And then on the reverse side, we've got the 4 ship setup: Marceau, Des Moines, Moskva, Salem. Now, I think the Moskva will do the kind of the radar denial on Charlie. And in terms of caps, I think actually we'll get a slight advantage. Yes, double ship into A, which means we'll get the very slight point advantage lead. And then the Marceau is going to lead the Des Moines perhaps around the southern flank so they can fire inwards. Like a flank shot here. So they can see basically like that. If anything tries to snuggle up. But no ship is actually going to do that. So we'll see how that turns out. So the first thing that's going to happen is that, oh, this Des Moines is actually going to rotate around here. So this means Melvin in his Marceau does not have any backup. Like, Salem is still really far away. Des Moines rotating around, 2 ships on denial on C, but nothing's going for C. Does Marceau have RPF? He does. Does the other one? Surely he has it as well. Yeah, they got to know which other is. He's got to know something's there, so he's kind of maybe trolling a little bit back because he knows it's very dangerous. The problem is that these 2 ships can fire on the Marceau, and they're going to get spotted any freaking moment now, and he doesn't have any kind of fire support. Yep. Reverses, takes the shot, takes that good alpha hits, but it's the Marseille's backing up, so now he moves, and the health pool, he's better gun dueling. So he's traded really well, even with the extra support from the St. Vincent and the Marseille. Like, really good trades here, like extra... Oh, and the cruiser help now coming in from the flank. It's a good job by Melvin, you know, played really well. Wow. Oh, that is a fantastic shot on the Marseille. Must have come in from the Montana by Inting. And, okay, so the Des Moines did reverse and need to help out. And then from a health positional point of view, oh, the wrong way around? My goodness. Boom. There we go. Thank you for telling me. We can see that initial trades, Shark is slightly ahead. Point lead is by about 10 seconds. And health pools are in favor. Now, another interesting point is their battleship's gone all the way on the flank to try and maybe kind of force this flank, whereas our battleship's in the center, so he still can fire on both sides. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Moskva and the Des Moines have got some really good kind of angles here, being able to deny Charlie and also go, you know, shots on this 9-10 line. The Daring Napoli are outnumbered 3-2, but all they need to do is basically kite Puerto Rico and San Martin and Gearing. So eventually, if it comes into the scenario where they're getting to threaten A, there is a battleship there to kind of potentially fend off So it's not too dangerous at the moment. And we see that our battleship is getting slightly farmed by the Mossfa from Qilong. Now what's going to happen back on this flank? Is anyone going to do position? Ooh, the Vincent is going deep. Do we see? We can see the Vincent, and on the reverse side, Penguin doesn't see anything. Although we can see that Mossfa briefly, but that's a cruiser shot, not a battleship shot. So Shark knew the battleship was there, but they haven't seen any follow-ups. And this is the viewpoint from Penguin. They can only see the Napoli at the moment. And if we go back to the Shark point of view, it's dark, but you can suspect, and it'd be risky, but I think Melvin might go for the sea cap, because the Mossfa's, okay, there's the Mossfa radar, so he knows his radar, that's been triggered. So once that ends in 26 seconds, although he's going to take a couple of shots in Melvin, can he... Ouch. As long as he doesn't take too much more, it does mean that the sea cap would theoretically be open for business. And the Des Moines kind of moving up, kind of round out of line of sight from there. So we go back to the viewpoints. Shark's viewpoint can't see anything. We saw the Vincent. We know the Vincent is, oh, Mossfa's now like, that's probably not good. Although he's kind of angled. Marceau is actually possibly going to smoke the Vincent, or is he going to go into the Charlie cap? We've got our Salem being able to open up on the Vincent. What's our battleship doing? Is he... Oh, he's being aggressive. Does he want to go after Martin? Does he want to go after B? I don't know. What's he looking at? It doesn't feel like he can support the gunfire on Charlie, though. Without a radar... You know what? Marceau could go for C-cap. He could totally do that. Vincent stalled, backing up, crossfire from 2 cruisers. It's provisionally health-wise, it's what, 330k versus 290k? Still not great. It's not like a big enough difference to matter. Yep, okay, so there's Melvin. He's doing some defensive torps. The detection range on the Marceau is 7 kilometers, which means that Marceau is going to reveal himself in about a kilometer. 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5. Wait for it. Any split second here. Now he sees him. He's got a health advantage. Does he get the hits? Oh, he's got cruiser support. Good shots. Is he still lit up? He is. Mossfa's going to get another salvo off. Oh, the island saves him. Is that a follow-up radar? Yep, radar's triggered. And the Des Moines got the radar, so we can see him. That Marceau needs to leg it because he has to be careful of St. Vincent coming around the corner. He's too snuggled up to the island. I don't think it's going to happen. Marvin. Oh, the island. Oh, that's bad. There's no smoke. He's got engine boost, but the St. Vincent's going to come round and extra the secondaries. And the Marceau can stay safe. His damage con is used. This is the critical part of the game. He needs to get out of there. Now, the battleship is paying a lot of health for this push. So long as Melvin gets out of this, it's still even health pools. And he's trying to do some return salvo fire, doesn't get anything. Gets away from the St. Vincent. Oh, he needs to be careful of the Mossfa pushing up as well. But that is... Ooh, is he on fire? He is on fire, but he shouldn't necessarily die from it. And he's... Now, the question is, can we farm that Vincent down? Can we get the Marceau? Our battleship has actually, on the other end, completely another battle going on. Montana pushed up, punishing the Puerto Rico. The Napoli is keeping that kind of long flank. Should be able to possibly loop back in here, but it's whether or not this Vincent goes down. This is going to be the big, important play. He is healing, though. Yeah, for 13 more seconds. Mossfa is also healing on our side. Salem opening up farm on the Marseille. The Marseille is going for the Mossfa. Could be risky on Diego here, we'll see. Des Moines, I guess, is firing on the... So that's basically like a 3-axis fire away. Marceau can fire lob shots and safe from the other island, so that's also advantageous. We can see the St. Vincent is on fire and the heal has ended, so the burn will continue again. Mossfa's radar is up, which means the Marceau is spotted, and we see the enemy Mossfa as well. So we know where things are. He needs to be careful of coming around the corner and getting shot. Oh, that's the San Martin. That's bad. So long as the battleship dies, it's a fair trade. He needs to finish the St. Vincent though. He's the main damage dealer right now. Okay, alright, not bad. We're also getting the Bravo Cap with the Destroyer. Okay, Mossfa now goes down, and now the next big fight is kind of the Salem versus the Marceau. He's got a health advantage and he's constantly reversing. This Des Moines doesn't have to worry about a battleship kind of pricking him, but the health pool between the Destroyers is now in favor of the enemy one, so he has to be very careful, but it's probably safe to move around. The Daring is going to spot their Daring, so I don't think we'll get the capture point. The Puerto Rico and the San Martin are trying to harass our battleship. So we've got the battleship advantage. Good hit on the Puerto Rico. Torpedoes must be spotted so the Montana knows they're coming. Oh wow, the red team has 3 capture points. So they're actually, yeah, I totally didn't pay attention to the points. I was so engrossed in the health pool and the trading, I didn't realize that the 2 capture point because of Charlie was critical. And so this will get points back. And he has to play, he can't go for the capture point, so this will help. And it looks like the Puerto Rico does go down to Montana, so that's very helpful. We see the Mossfa trying to do broadside shots. Looks like the Des Moines might actually go down as well. Maybe the Des Moines makes a play for the Destroyer. He needs to kill this Marceau off, and then he can come back into the battle. Oh, a lot of things just happened there at once. The enemy Destroyer just got sunk. The Marseille just got sunk. We lost our Des Moines. It's 5-on-3. We are going to get the Bravo Cap quickly, but we won't be able to stop the Charlie Cap. Now, is getting the Bravo Cap enough? This Destroyer can't make a play on Charlie. That cruiser's too far away to get back in at the time being, so it's all about the Napoli and the Daring getting into Bravo and the Montana bringing his shots onto board if he gets some sight. His heal is 30 seconds away. I think he beats himself as he's coming like around. Needs to get into B, stop those points. It's close enough that I think if this flips, it will probably go in our favor. And the enemy team is too far away to get to Alpha, and the muscle from the Montana will stop either of these ships pushing up, especially since they've got a pretty good healthy cruiser to back them up. Enemy Mossfa radars, but the Montana's, he's going to heal in 10 seconds, 9 seconds. The Martin would be at risk to open up fire. The Marceau's going to try and maybe kind of like range torp. So stopping the points catches us up. Oh, he sees the Mossfa, gets a full set of AP rounds on him. Doesn't do anything. Now the Martin opens up because he knows it's safe. Torpedoes, oh, sorry about the camera. He needs, he can't allow himself to be farmed because we've got the advantage. See the timer is now down to 2 minutes. Honestly, I don't even think he needed to reveal himself. Okay, yes, our Salem's now working in the Mossfa, but his health pool is too high. The torpedoes, he has to be careful. This could actually be the killing blow right now. And that would flip the game on its head. And it's still good torp, still doing really, really well. Oh. Point-wise, we will still win, but it's sketchy. Yeah, I think he's going to clip at least one because his health pool's so low. And he's already used his full heal. That's it, he's going to die. Oh, they ran out of range! What? What? Oh, and that's a big hit on the San Martin as well. And we can see that our Marceau on the Salem for Shark is working on the Mossfa, chipping him down. This Marceau dare not open up fire because he'll die to the supporting gunfire, so he's going to try and torp. Wow, wow. And then the Napoli's now come into gunplay. Now it's a 3-on-1 on the Mossfa. And the Daring smoked up and he's into fire. The Raider is down on the Mossfa, so he can't detect anything. And the battleship opens up fire as well. Oh, this is good night. And this will accelerate the cap timer, possibly just ending the game right here. 5 seconds, 4. Now the Marceau opens up fire on the Montana out of desperation. He has no other option. He has to fire. Yes! Shark goes 1-0 up. I hope they don't disappoint me and break my heart. Shark 1-0. What a game. What a game. I mean, like, Penguin did a really good job at doing point map control. You know, they were up pretty quick. But I don't know what the St. Vincent was doing. It didn't really feel like the Vincent was doing that particular much. And then star of the show for me is Melvin. Melvin was able to trade very effectively health wise against the enemy destroyer, and then able to back out, get out of some sticky situations. He's able to support his team. It's very impressive. So next map is Sea of Fortune, and it is reversed this time around. Penguin's going to be first. Now, we're playing from the south. I always prefer, I mean, Sea of Fortune is preferable to play from the north, just because of the sort of the island grab and the fact that you can better move into sea. But from the south team, I think they'll make a play where they'll go like destroyer, cruiser, maybe second cruiser to play for Charlie, and then they'll do like a delaying force like they did last game, where they have like maybe one destroyer, one cruiser, and then the battleship kind of sitting in the center. That's what I would do anyway. Right. Okay, I will be right back in 5 seconds because she should start in a second. There we go. And okay, and we are back, and I'll unmute myself here and there. Okay. Well, looks like the teams are forming up. So while we are doing that, we'll see if we've got any more results. So we know we're 1-0 up, and we're the first team to play from the third round. Oh wow! Painzer won his game! Way to go, Painzer! Well, they're gonna play stats. That is gonna be fun. If our game ends, fingers crossed, we might be able to watch some of the other ones. And yeah, we knew Zath lost, and oh, we knew Bo did it into his game. Is anyone playing in the 16th? Okay, so TC Freer moved up, and he automatically got a win against Quag's game. So we're just waiting for the Maltese Knight and TC Freer for the essentially the 13th and 14th place playoff game, and then on the 9th to 12th it's lined up, but they haven't started yet because that's when our games start. Okay, so back to the playoff gauntlet. Here we are there. Most games would actually probably be starting about 2 or 3 minutes ago, so that's why they haven't started yet. So there's no other kind of results there. Okay, how's our game? Still waiting on a bunch of people. Okay, I am curious. Let's see here. I'll just turn that off for the time being. So teams get a few minutes. They get to decompress from what just happened. I suppose they can flip it up, like who's playing, what ships they're playing, etc. I suppose on this map, I mean, what ship do you pick? I mean, we've seen Kremlins on this. We've seen a Yamato playing from Bravo. That was awesome. Yesterday. I I've seen my team go up to 3 destroyers in some maps, but never one. So I'd probably stick to 2 destroyers in this scenario here. And then splitting them with cruiser support, holding the flanks with a battleship in the center. That's typically been the go-to play. And then for the enemy team, you'd think that they'd probably pick like a radar cruiser. Like everyone's kind of does the radar cruiser, the kind of detection that goes in the North Island there, and then that way they can look into the ABC here. And Inting will be our BB player. He's always been our BB player, and typically I guess he's going with the Montana, and that works fine. I mean, that he's been really accurate with it. I haven't seen him play another battleship, so it's kind of hard to say. And I think now we're just waiting on the final player from Penguin, and then we can get going. There he is. Okay. Well, if you're excited as much as I am, this is usually the part of the tournament where the smell of the semi-finals is close, and they'll snuff it out by giving me a 1-0 lead and then crushing all hope with despair. It'll be like the last possible second where we think we're about to win, but then we'll lose, and then we'll convincingly lose the third round, and then we'll go into the sort of playoffs for the 5th to the 8th place. We'll see. One would hope that won't happen. I mean, the team has played convincingly, knock wood, and I'd like to see more. Penguins are ready. Are Sharks ready? Well, the Sharks didn't say they were ready, but everyone clicked ready. Alright, okay, off we go. Kremlins. And then San Martins. Puerto Rico for the Penguins, but Des Moines for Shark. Then equal Moskvas, gearing, but Shark choosing the speed of the Marceau, whereas Clownfish for Penguins has gone with the daring. Very similar-ish, except it's basically a Puerto Rico instead of a Des Moines. 4 radar ships each side. Now I'm going to watch from Shark's point of view, because of course I'm biased. I'm guessing the Martin is going to work with one of the destroyers. Now, do the destroyers split up? They don't. They stick together, both going Charlie. So the Martin is going to go left and possibly watch the flank west of Alpha, and the Kremlin is going to sit probably somewhere around here. So he's got the Martin kind of like doing some spot and range kite, and the battleships there being able to shoot in both ways. And then you're going to have 5 ships. Basically 2 Moskvas, Des Moines. I suppose the Moskva sits there so that he can pip in as necessary. And then you'll have 4 active moving ships. Although the Hamster's moving over, so maybe not. Maybe they've got like preferred locations or spotting or setups. We'll see. Now, on the enemy team, we see that the Daring and the Puerto Rico are a team, possibly with the Moskva. We see the second Moskva from Geelong probably going into the denial position. And then we've got a kiting gearing Martin going for C. So from a firepower perspective, it's basically teams are going in the opposite directions. We've got more of an advantage for Charlie, where there's a capture point. And where there isn't a capture point on the AB, there's more firepower for Penguins. And it's whether or not they can contribute that into positional play and then get a double cap on AB. So, the Moskva from English Gent is in position now. If I check the ranging, his positions should just pick up anyone that goes into Alpha Bravo from the north. Okay, well that's the Bravo cap, and definitely from the Alpha cap. Oh no, sorry, outside the Alpha, but definitely see the Bravo. And then he can also, if we check the range this way, yeah, so he can definitely see if anyone does a speed rush into Charlie. So that's a very good positional, kind of like informational Moskva with using the range. Then the other Moskva from Hamster, interestingly, is going over to help the Martin. Now, is he going to go into like an island group or a chain or watching the sprint? I'm a little nervous with this one because it's possibly the Kremlin and definitely those three ships, but we'll see. And then over here, Martin's radar is triggered because he came onto range. So this is now Martin Melvin in his Marceau trying not to take too much and getting outside of radar. Now he's revealed himself, which means that's a battleship shot. Oh, what? What a shot! Claps the Martin half health. Now yes, he can heal that back up, and he is healing that back up. But still, excellent shot. Pushes him away. And the gearing is now going to smoke up our Des Moines, possibly to push into a position for the Charlie capture. If we go into detection, Penguin can't see anything, and Sharks also can't see anything at the moment. Okay, doesn't look like those torps will clip anyone. Denial torps from both sides, and the gearing is having a look now at the first cap attempt of Charlie. Moskva will be able to radar, but he won't be able to like shoot. And we know that the Martin and the Deering have been pushed up, so he's doing that reversive kind of pensive capture now. Our battleship, the Kremlin, has moved up, and he's tentatively firing shots on the enemy Kremlin, but he wants to the Moskva. Now what has me concerned is that it's 5-on-1 for inting. He's moved up pretty aggressively here, and I don't see how Hamster or everyone else can back him up. In fact, I think this is pretty much really nervous. Really nervous. Is he going to reverse? Yeah, he's reversing. I mean, that's fair, but he's going to take a lot of health for that. Now, we are going to get Charlie, and that's going to start right now. But it's how much health are you willing to trade, because that Moskva over there is in an excellent position. It's only a 10k difference on the enemy one. Well, it's a little bit more now. So it's okay, and then the enemy Moskva is keeping this Kremlin radared. And the Charlie cap, is that a blind fire? Did he get a reset? He got a reset on Charlie. That's pretty big. Oh, because of the Moskva radar over here. So his radar is allowing that Martin to shoot him. So he's baited the radar, and that's going to end in 13 seconds, and then presumably he'll go back into C. And this is the brutal part. That Daring's capturing A, and this is now causing the Kremlin to take a lot of health loss. He's not going to get out of that. That's the problem, and we've seen this many times today. Once you get into this kind of area and the ships go round, it's really difficult. It's like a 30k health difference between the Kremlins, and I don't see. I guess he's just going to do an aggressive push to get out of line of shot of these two ones, or is he going to try and make the turn out? He's going to try and make the turn out. His damage con and his heal are miles away. He's not going to make it. There's enough time for this guy to swap to AP as well. If he does, he can escape, but that's going to be another pain. Oh, okay. Fires 8k. He extradites himself. Then the DD's going to try and get a few chips in. The fire's still there. The damage con is in 3 seconds. Incoming a smoke from the Marceau. No smoke. Damage con is on. Fires are off. Heal is in 23 seconds. The Marceau is now going to be taking some unintended shots. Oh, good thing friendly fire is off. The Charlie Cap, the gearing is considering it, but not actually got it. So we're still playing, but the A Cap is in favour now of Penguin, so they are generating points slowly. Marceau's trying to farm a little bit with the Kremlin. Our one escapes. The heal is ready. He now triggers it. He can get a relative amount of health back, but it's going to take time. Hamster in the Moskva is the next farming target. So this was my concern, is that he has to reverse out. So there's so much heavy firepower from Penguins coming over to A. It gives him advantage. Now we're getting the capture for Charlie, but the Des Moines is counter-radared and he can't see what's firing at him. Radar comes up from the Moskva. I don't think shots will reach this gearing in time to prevent the cap, with it just being 4 seconds. There comes a shot. Can it reset him? No. So, very important that we get to that. Kremlin is beginning to come back into play, or he's at least definitely getting shot by the Daring because of the Moskva radar, which is there with 14 seconds to go. Oh, another fire. Oh no, at least he's got a damage control party ready. Yeah, I guess he has to be very selective how he uses his positioning and his shooting. Definitely the game is an advantage for the moment of Penguin. English Gent trying to farm more of the Kremlin. I mean, they're relatively low, but definitely our battleship is in a worse position. The fact that they have A control and pretty well established. Oh, what? Ooh, this is really, really risky play, but I guess the Martin, I kind of think he's in a really bad spot because that Moskva is giving a radar, which means he's kind of permanent spot, and then the Hydro is going to get close enough, so that's not going to do anything there. He's doing all he can. He's healing, he's hydroing, he can definitely see the Puerto Rico. He's trying to do some AP shots. He's doing reasonable damage. No one can technically shoot him at the moment. He's got the Moskva backing him up. That's pretty something. Now, our Kremlin is healing a second time now, and he's trying to get himself out. It's tense. Health is definitely an advantage of Penguin. And the point leads by 2 minutes. Now this San Martin needs to be careful of that Moskva so he can't go too far. But this Puerto Rico, oh, this is going to hurt because he's turning a little bit too much on the broad, right? And he's going to, if this San Martin just needs to make sure he's not getting shot by that Moskva there. Oh, wow, this could turn the game around dramatically. And we can also see that our destroyers move really close up to the AB. Those shots, whatever they were, didn't hit. I think they're the destroyer firing in on the San Martin because he's reversing from the Moskva. He can't let himself get hit. And they need to finish him off. Oh, wait, he's lost the gun? The enemy Moskva's there? Do you really need to play that aggressive? Because if you go out, you're going to die to the enemy, yeah, like that. I guess he wants all guns. He's going to trade? Oh, well, the AB cap is also going on. We're going to try and look at everything at once here. Oh, wow, the Moskva just claps him. I don't understand why he went out. That was a positive win into a shocking loss there. And then, oh, the Marceau, is he going for the YOLO torps against the Moskva? Oh, he's not dead yet! He's not dead yet! I can't believe that. Come on, finish him! Oh, the heal on the Moskva was healing. Oh, second set of torps. Come on, we need him to die, otherwise the capture point can't be denied. Torpedo before the salvo kicks in. Okay. Well, It's still a cap apiece. It's now 4 points difference because we're down a ship, because we didn't get the kill in the Puerto Rico, who's now going to heal. Mosfa fighting Mosfa with a distinct health advantage in pro. He's going to stay back and heal up a bunch of times, just like our battleship did. Health pool wise, their Kremlin's got way more on our Kremlin. I kind of feel like we were doing a really good job. I'm a little bit nervous about those torps until the basically until the our cruiser in our San Martin just pushed up a little bit too much, and this Kremlin's going to get farmed again. He can't fight. It was a 50k health difference. Yes, this Moskva can maybe help. I mean, he's pushing him because he feels like he probably has to push him, but he's going to get crossfired from a lot of ships. Exactly. They're going to know roughly where he's coming from. Okay, he's going to fire on the Martin, but I see this going into a round 3 now. Like, there was, and then the torps are going to help him as well. So one torp hits their battleship, but another torp hits our battleship. 2 torps, and that's game over. Right, yeah, the daring torps hit him. And now we're in a very desperate situation. Our Des Moines is critically low, and I think we're going to go to riposte, which makes me nervous. So, had we won the trade over here and killed the Puerto Rico, it would have been a 2-on-1 on the Mosfa, right? So we might have been able to kill him off or pressured him. Or we could have pressured the Kremlin from behind. You know, because it wasn't a one-on-one Moscow, it would have been the more pressure here. So it probably would have had more of an impact on the center, and we would have been closer in points, so we wouldn't had to have perhaps been more, you know, desperate on this side of things. That wasn't the only thing that, you know, made the game what it is, but yeah. Okay, so he's getting one, he's stalling it, there's no point generation, but it's what, 6 ships on 2? And this just goes to show, because we're already in, we've got the center. Imagine if we still had the battleship alive, or we had an extra ship, or you know, and then we still have the 2-on-1 here, or the 2-on-2. Yeah, I don't understand why the Napoli, sorry, San Martin decided to push out there. But he got himself the B cap. I feel like it's suicide to go for the battleship, because it's like 3 ships there, but what do you do, right? Okay, so they're gonna, I mean, you know they're gonna go in for C. Maybe you could go around and you could, like, bait. Well, there's the radar. He knows right there. Maybe he's trying to poke the nose. No, he's just gonna YOLO it. I mean, ramming speed, Mr. Sulu? And if you're gonna ram him, shoot the Puerto Rico. I'm nervous. Very, 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 very nervous. Well, 1-all. How are the other games going? Hainzer is beating stats. You believe that? He's 1-0 up. Wow. Okay, you got to take him seriously now. They 2-0'd, they 2-1, and now they're 1-0 up against stats. In the other games, Overlord Boo is beating Hannibal 1-0, and there's no results yet for Shriver versus Durash. Okay, well, I'm just watching this and it's making me nervous, you know? just writing a message here on Discord. Okay, well, looks like Shark's back on Alpha, so I think we go back to standard match. And we are North. Well, nervous. I mean, we've seen a bunch of games here, and it's all about the staying closer as a team. You know, like a not getting too spread out and staying cohesively as a unit. Being able to, you know, fight enemy units. And I can tell that Inting will do a good job at doing, you know, the sniping role that he needs to. But I guess last one he got a mistake of getting too close, and the Mossville was kind of out of position because the enemy team had basically the ability to do 5-on-1. And or it was 5-on-3, but you know, basically 5 ships are able to focus on one, and your 3 can't return fire and focus on anyone, and they'll kill yours quicker than you kill theirs. So that's kind of one of those advantages when you're in that ability. And then, whereas on the other flank, the destroyer and the cruiser can always run away. Once you've got like a battleship nose in with islands, you know, left and right, and same with the Moskva, you can't reverse. You're a very immobile ship, and that's why our battleship made a very dangerous get out of jail card. But he traded like 80% of his health to get out of that sticky situation. Okay, teams are ready. Montana's a piece. San Martin's. Mosca. Taking a Nevsky instead of a second Mosca. 3 destroyers though. So we've basically taken gearing much, so we've got a daring over an additional Moskva. So the health pool is going to be heavily skewed in the Penguins' favour. 3 destroyers on riposte. Wow. Okay, so was that like a 2-in-1 scenario where you would send 2 for the cap you want to get and then 1 to the one you don't? Plus, it's going to be an extra radar and detecting ship for the Penguins. Okay. We'll see what the opening positions are for the teams. Gearing, Marceau going for Alpha quickly, and then the daring St. Martin doing normally the North team likes to capture Charlie, but this doesn't look like that. It looks like there's a daring and a St. Martin doing the bare minimum to stall a push around Charlie. So our team wants to play the slightly longer game and go for Alpha. And then on the reverse side, wow, that is one fast Marceau. Is he going for Bravo? Huh. He is. He's going hell for leather, gonna go have a look at Bravo at least. And then their gearing is gonna maybe go for Charlie. the Moskva and Nevsky are really far away. They're not going to get effective radars, but the Daring might be close enough to detect. But this Moskva is going to move up to that island and get the spot. So we don't have like the radar ship equally in that position to give support. And he might nestle up to begin with, and he has to be careful the Montana doesn't spot him. But that 12 kilometers is about to get into position now. But thankfully the Marceau is dropping to reverse. Okay. Yeah, we're playing it safe. 4 ships going wide on A. Just needs, these 2 ships need to not get caught off guard. And the other thing, and crucially, is because we're taking a long time, is we're potentially giving away Bravo here because nothing can really detect him. Like if we go in close, he's playing it safe. The nearest radar ship is still 3 kilometers away from range. He's nervous, and that works for us because had he gone in, it would have made they would probably want to cap it. And the battleships seeing each other, but the first shot going on that Moskva. Oh, the Daring can see the Moskva, that's why, and he's doing a hydro just in case because he knows there's probably something there. Daring wants to avoid the torps. The San Martin is watching the flank. See, these 2 ships are actually also out of the battle, just like our 2 up on the top there. So wow, our Daring, he knows there's a Moskva there. Is he going to try and trigger the radar? He's got the high drops, so he'll see the torps. Okay, well, so the Marceau, surely he sees the San Martin. Martin pops the radar. Double radar call. Moskva calls radar, San Martin pops radar. Melvin's going to try and back out. Montana does a shot on the Martin, who's now turning. The torpedoes are actually going to funnel what Pena can do in terms of maneuverability, and he has to run pretty far to get out. Moskva from Hamster is now blocking Bravo for a cap. Pena at the moment is almost at the edge, but he's chumping a bit of hits for that Moskva. Both radars go down. St. Martin goes down. The Moskva radar now expires. A little bit of health from the Daring. Ooh, Martin is distant, but spotted, and that's 4, possibly 5 with a long spotter Montana shot. I'd be very lucky if he actually hits that. Okay, so that I think is the team captain there, maybe? Basically doing like kind of the wide spotting, harassing, flanking maneuver. Now this is why the team went heavy wide, gearing Nevsky's smoke, which allows them to push this Moskva and farm it and get it kind of back. So that's the cap denial, that's the farmer pushing what you would know that you would put a ship there. And the Montana... Oh! Excellent hits! So, good health trading at the moment. However, Martin pops radar isn't enough. Can't see what's following him. He's taking a lot of, he can heal a lot of that pretty effectively. He can't see necessarily what's following him, and that's allowing the other Nevsky to kind of farm him. So in terms of health pools, it's kind of equal, although one can heal more than the other one. Montana's trying to clip Condale as he's trying to escape. Makes me nervous every time I see these like long range YOLOing shots. No, he's killed his speed off, so he did a good job avoiding that. However, Penguins have taken the first capture point. Oh, but the Moskva goes down. Nevsky gets the Moskva. Okay, so that's big because it takes away one of the detection ships in the center. Theoretically, the Daring can now reverse in and take the Bravo cap, which is what he's doing. Plus, we're getting the Alpha cap from our gearing. And this Martin is also isolated with potentially 5 ships on him, because the battleship can see him as well. And so long as our guy can escape, it's working in our favor. Now, enemy Moskva triggers a radar to try and stop Pena, so Daring is going to... The thing is, he can't do this forever because these 2 ships will move up, basically preventing him from constantly hiding behind that island. While this is going on, the St. Martin is having another kind of running duel with the ships. Pena needs to not chump too much health. Oh, that's a big hit. He's going to have to go around the corner. He is triggering his heal. But again, he needs to be careful now of these 2 ships moving up. One torp. Nice. Oh, that's so low. I mean, the Martin is gonna... Oh, his heal is actually off. Here comes the Montana shots. I think that will be lucky if he hits him. He actually clips him a little bit. Marceau wants to open up a little bit risky. Nevsky, Moskva, they're all really far away, but the Martin is low. And these are good shots landing. Look at the accuracy. Down to 3k. 2k with a wide torpedo spread as well. 700, yes! The Moskva takes the Martin down. Our guy up here is running, not that much chasing him. Gearing constantly, Nevsky going smoking him up. Our Daring is backing off. Our Montana's health is less than the enemy Montana, but now we have 4 ships that could theoretically work on the enemy Montana. Our guy needs to make sure he doesn't get caught. I guess he can move out. We always broadside to this other Moskva now is moving up. The cap control is definitely still in favor of Penguin, and Penguin will win this game. And Conde is running out of... He can't heal anymore, and he's running out of space to run. The Montana could move over and support him, and then these ships could farm. Yeah, so they're basically farming the Montana now. It's smoked Nevsky with... the Moskva needs to be careful he doesn't get blapped now by the Montana. Okay, no, it's fine. Didn't take too much damage. Raiders sees the Marceau, and the Montana is going to be proxy spotted by our Marceau and our Gearing, so that should be quite a lot of burn damage and harassment. In the center line, we can see Penguins are feeling maybe not desperate, but they feel like if they can kill the Martin, they can get back in the game. And it looks like they will kill the Martin because the heal is still a minute and a half away, and there's no Raider that's within range to pick him up. So he's just going to basically buy as much time as he possibly can. So it's a race to kill flanks. Now that Moskva pops Raider, sees Pena. Oh. Maybe 1? Maybe 3. 2 torps. Not the most of damage, but, you know, it's damage. It's down to 40k. Our guy is on 52k being farmed by the Nevsky, and this pushing... I tell you what, this push... 4 ships on our battleship. It's pretty painful. Is he going to take torps? Oh no! Critical damage there. You know, we were doing well, but this is... basically, Penguins are aggressively pushing. So the Montana is around. He can theoretically back off, but the Raider from the Nevsky and the Moskva is close up. And it's whether or not these 4 ships can punish this Montana and hamster without taking too much. Oh man, it's close. We're still technically in the point lead, although we're going to lose because it's 2-1 cap, and it's going to come down to ship kills now. Oh, long range battleship Montana shots. Oh, the torps ran out. They hadn't have enough range, and he's going to try and pick off the Montana from a distance. Nope, doesn't hit him, but he's down to AK. And the thing is, the Nevsky will burn him, farm him out. Oh, there's a Daring kind of smoked up on that Moskva because he's spotted. This guy's got a lot of health to trade, and you know he is being farmed by 3 of them. But the question is, yeah. So there goes the Montana. Condale and his Martin's able to get health back up. I think he escapes at 30k with a full runaway. I don't see him dying, unfortunately. All 3 destroyers. The firepower is left in the Nevsky Moskva. 28k damage gone up, heal in 20 seconds. I guess they're now moving their fire onto this Moskva, but is that because he's nose in? He is nose in. Okay, so that's why they're putting all their fire on him. I mean, yeah, I guess turn in. Yep, smoke's turning in. They're moving towards them. Moskva's got radar, but it doesn't actually see anything meaningful. If they get the kill on this Moskva, I guess this brings them back into the game. Oh wow, it's... yeah. 9 minutes. It's not going to come to time on minutes. Three minutes for the capture time. Come on, guys. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Okay, that's big. That's big. The battleship, I guess, he's being harassed. He's out of the battle. In the sense that it's still a 6-on-4. But the battleship is kind of out of position. So this is a lot of fighting power. And they're still luring him away. So they would go in. There's the Moskva radar. The Marceau is spotted. The Daring will see him. The Marceau will spot him. They're going to pincer him from two sides. The Nevsky might actually be able to shoot him as well. He is, although I don't know if he can shoot over. Daring is smoked. He's trying to go for the Martin. Oh, the Martin also firing him. It's a three-way crossfire, and they might be able to get the Bravo cap here as well. This is going to be violent because he's not getting out of this. Battleship shots. Don't hit the Marceau. Great. So point-wise, we're back in the lead. Torpedoes do not hit our St. Martin. We're going to get the B cap. Our Nevsky is continuing to farm the Montana because it's been proxy spotted by the Gearing. The Montana can't really come back into the fight because he's going to get farmed by the Nevsky. So the question is, how long can our Martin here keep this farm going? Because the Marceau can get the B cap. There's the Nevsky radar. That reveals the Marceau, but they don't have shots on it. Also reveals the Daring. They might actually turn their shots and kill the Daring. 25 seconds. Oh, Daring's going to die. I think that was a mistake. Now, the counter render from our guy can't see anything, so he's not going to radar. Peña's probably going to die. Marceau is still radared. 12 seconds on the radar. He goes down. So I think we have to go for Charlie. Yeah, the Montana's got too much health. So the Moskva, our Moskva comes around. Radar's out. These two guys doing really well. He's constantly running away. His heal is up in 1 second. 3 minutes on. Oh, actually, our team is winning by time, so we don't actually need to go to the Charlie cap. Okay. This Deering is being very smart, keeping outside of the radar range of the Gearing. Hydro is up, so he really shouldn't die to torps. Ooh. One torp does hit the Nevsky, though. Brings his health down to 14k. The Deering is out of smokes. Wow. Oh, torpedoes on the Montana. Yes! Yes! That threat is now down, which means they don't have the flank threat. They've got a full health Nevsky. They've got a Moskva. There are no more smokes from the Gearing, which means the Nevsky cannot hide anymore. His radar's on cooldown. We're going to take Charlie. Okay? That means it's going to accelerate our capture to now 60 seconds. We don't need to really make a play here. It's on Penguins, but I don't see, like, that smoke's still got a long time to go. I would just torpedo into it. You know, they don't need to get close. Our Moskva isn't close enough. His radar is ready. Both radars are ready. They're moving up. But he's come out of the smoke. He has no more smoke. His guns are down. The Martin has survived this whole game to now finish off the Nevsky. Yes! And now the Gearing is back in the center, and we've got a higher health Gearing, 18k versus 8k, and we've got the Nevsky radar and the Hydro up. He's not going to be able to hide anywhere. He's out of smokes. This is it, guys. You can taste the semi-finals. Oh, it's delicious. Go Sharks! Go Sharks! Go Sharks! Yeah! Woohoo! Oh, a little heart attack there. All good. All good. We'll just update the score there. Boom! Sharks, yo! Yay! Go Sharks! Wow, that was nervous stuff there. Real nervous stuff.